Hey everyone, my name's HarryAtomic and welcome back to another Community Day video. This time we're going to be talking about the rumoured second Microsoft console that they're going to be releasing this generation. So if you want to see exactly what the community thinks of this, then stick around after the intro. So before we get into the video, let me remind everyone to please consider subscribing to the channel. I make an absolute ton of videos covering all generations of Xbox, talking about collecting, brand new games, news, just anything in general to do with the Xbox. So if you like Xbox and you don't like all that fanboy stuff, then this is the channel for you. And also if you like this channel, then consider becoming a channel member. You just use the join button below and you get access to a load of perks. Anyways, let's dive straight into the video. So for anybody that doesn't know what Community Day is on this channel, I post a poll on the community tab and ask you guys your opinion on whatever is happening in the world of Xbox these days. This poll was based around the news that the Xbox Series S was coming out alongside the Series X. Fun times. Anyways, what I asked in the poll was, how do you feel about the lower powered Xbox Series S that's rumoured to be released at the same time as the Series X? Now as you can see from the poll results, they were pretty much overwhelming. 57% of people said that they thought that this was a great idea and that it just gives people more options. A few people floated around the middle, with a quarter of people saying that they thought that this just wasn't a good idea at all. But as always, the truth lies in the comments, so let's dive down into the comments and see exactly what you guys had to say. Our first comment is from Retro Finds Belgium, who says, despite the fact that the choices of names for this generation could be a disaster, remember Wii U, I like the idea of getting good value for money, and you could get that from Series S, such as they did with the Xbox One S. If it holds up okay, this will be my choice, as I'm not a hardcore gamer. Now usually what I do on Community Day comments is I try to leave the comment that I agree with most until maybe a bit later on, but this is definitely the comment that I have agreed with most reading through any opinions on the Series S. It sort of focuses on the fact as well that the naming conventions for Microsoft this generation are a bit rubbish. So you had the Xbox, like the original Xbox that came out, then you had the Xbox 360, we're all good so far, then the Xbox One, okay, so we'll just call the original Xbox the original Xbox now, I suppose, but it's okay. Then the Xbox One X, the Xbox One S, okay, we can get used to that. We're starting to tread a bit of weird territory, but it's fine. Then all of a sudden out of nowhere they come out with the Xbox Series X, which I still call the Xbox One Series X, or the Xbox One X just by mistake. My girlfriend has just admitted to still calling it Scarlet because it just makes way more sense to have a different word for it, and now to be coming out with a different letter, it is just Wii and Wii U all over again. I always thought bad names was Nintendo's territory with things like the new Nintendo 3DS. It seems Microsoft's vying for that market as well. All jokes aside though, I do think that having a lower powered alternative is a great idea. Now this generation has showed us that some more passionate gamers would pay for consoles that are on the Pro tier, so things like the PS4 Pro or the Xbox Series X. I did it again, look, I just can't keep this name wrong. The Xbox One X. Bleh. Gamers are willing to pay sometimes for these more premium tier consoles, even though that there are regular consoles available that'll do the same thing, and I think that moving into the next generation with this available from the outset just means that more people are probably going to pick up the console on launch. It's a bit of a tough sell to sell something at a really high price if you're not really a hardcore gamer, or you're not really like a really passionate gamer who spends a lot of their time playing video games. But just for people who enjoy playing the odd release every now and then, or people that just kind of fall into play maybe a game that has interested them, it's a lot easier to do that whenever there's a console that doesn't break the bank and that isn't as intimidating as something that boasts really crazy out there features. But either way, yes, my friend Retro Finds Belgium, I could not agree with you more. But let's move on to the next comment. Our friend Magic Cross said, I'm all for options for those who seek them. I'm still not ready to buy until the kinks and everything are worked out. Both are still most likely going to be expensive with no serious games in the lineup. I'm inclined to pass on both, at least in the beginning. Now this is also a point that I think that is going to be prevalent in a lot of people thinking about buying a new console this generation. Typically I always tried to steer away from buying a console on launch, except for this time around, mainly because I use it on the channel and I can justify buying it, if you know what I mean. But if I didn't have a YouTube channel and I was just an Xbox fan who just played Xbox the odd time, I probably wouldn't pick up one on launch, and I would wait until there's a library of games they support me dropping so much money on their brand new console. The fact that a second console is going to be released is exciting, and it is something that will give people options, but at the end of the day, you are right, these things tend to run on the same operating systems. They tend to have the same kind of things going on under the hood, with just advanced features being either enabled on the Pro model or disabled on the non-Pro model, and so it'll take take a while for a few of these little issues to be worked out, as always happens with a new product launch. But yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably would hold off a while and see exactly what new games would be coming out for it before I dropped whatever amount of money it's gonna cost. Anyways, on to the next comment. Our resident Bruce Banner said, "This is a smart move on Microsoft's part. A cheaper, lower spec machine will allow more people to enjoy the titles that are released. This will also let Microsoft control a bigger share of the market." Now, the reason why this comment resonated with me so much is because it is sort of an accessibility thing at the same time. I'm all for people saving money. I always post videos on here about collecting and trying to keep your costs down to still enjoy the games that you want to enjoy. And so hearing that there will be an option available that plays the same games but doesn't cost an arm and a leg is a good thing. I like the idea of someone wanting the newest console and maybe not having the means to save up, you know, a ridiculous amount of money to pay for the massive crazy tier new Xbox, and still being able to go on and pick up something that plays the games that they want to play. So yeah, I wanted to include this comment because I wanted to kind of mention accessibility when a new console comes out. I know that there's always an aura of just kind of raining down money when a new console comes out and saving up a huge chunk of money to go on and just buy the new thing on day one, but having an option that people can take in order to not break the bank in order to get these things is just, I think it's a good thing. And the last comment this community day comes from KMac Time, who said, "It's nice they'll have something presumably at a much lower price point, but that makes me semi-afraid the Series X will be over $500. They'll claim they have the One X and Series S as entry-level systems to the next gen, but slam a huge price tag on the Series X. Either way, I'm still a day one purchaser." Yeah, this is something that we saw with the Xbox One when it was launched. There was the famous question that was asked of, what about people who don't want to like follow the archaic rules that were being thrown around for the Xbox One, where they pretty much says, well, we have a product for those people. It's called the Xbox 360.
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message if you don't like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device.
That really didn't go down well, and I think that there is always the opportunity for that type of response to happen again this generation. Some people will probably be asking, but what if I don't want to buy the top tier Series X? And the answer to that will be, well, we have the Xbox One X and the Series S. Now, having these two lower priced consoles available, it does probably give the opportunity to raise the price on the top tier a bit, while still saying that you can enter the new generation for a much lower price if you buy like the Series S. But as you sort of mentioned here, I really hope that the Series S announcement and release does not inflate the price of the Series X too much, mainly because that's what I'm going to pick up and I really don't want to have to spend a really stupid amount of money on it. Anyways, thank you very much for everybody who voted and everybody who commented in the poll. I try to run one of these every week so that we can get a feel for how everybody's actually thinking about all the Xbox news that's happening out there. One thing to note as well is that the Series S has not been officially announced, or any specs or anything that have been floating around are not official yet, but just keep that in mind if you go searching for any Series S related things. There's been nothing announced yet. This is just some speculation that we're having here for a bit of fun. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and as I said at the start, please consider subscribing if you like videos like this. I do an absolute ton of videos talking about all generations of Xbox, and we just talk about Xbox things. We hang out on a Discord, links down below, where we have over 100 members. We chat about games, achievements. I recently got an achievement that I've been trying to get for like 8 years, and I was talking about it on the Discord and everybody was so nice, and oh, it's so good. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.